G'day, I'm Kale. That's Taff. Today we're looking at top 12 quarterbacks into 2025 fantasy football. Taff, we'll start with you. Who's your number 12 this year?
My number 12 quarterback for this year is I've got Justin Fields. I think he's going to be a QB1. I don't know how high up on the ratings he's going to be, but I think with his rushing upside, new team, new scheme, I think he's going to do really well. I think he's going to finish the QB12, and I think he's a steal. I think at the minute his sleeper ADP is around QB17. So yeah, I think he's going to be good this season.
Yeah, his ADP is really good. You'll come to see I've got him a bit higher than that, but can't argue up. Honestly, up to quarterback 6, as we'll see. For me, we're all very very similar. But for me, my number 12, a bit of a rogue one. I think his ADP is a bit later, nearly QB20. I think it's JJ McCarthy from Minnesota. I think having a quick look, the last 5 years, I believe all Minnesota Vikings quarterbacks have been top 12 in points per game. So that's Cousins, even I don't think Mullins probably, but
I think even he did pretty well.
Yeah, and Darnold, yeah, they average out as a top 12 quarterback. So McCarthy, even though he was injured last year, and he's coming off that injury, I think technically he still got to sit behind Darnold for a year, and I think learning the system under Kevin O'Connell, is it the coach?
Kevin O'Connell, yeah.
I think he's the first initial quarterback whisperer. I think McCarthy, he can just be a safe top 12, if not top 15 quarterback, and because you can get him so late, yeah, he is a player I'm targeting a lot, and I think he's a safe player, and if he doesn't pan out, it's a late round pick. You can cut him easily. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, you can take him as your second quarterback, just a dart throw. And yeah, you're right. That's something that I hadn't considered. The Vikings, all their quarterbacks seem to do well just with how they play.
Yeah, they got so many weapons: Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson.
Yeah,
even Jones is a good pass catcher. We mentioned in the wide receiver video, we see as a bit of a weakness having the second year McCarthy as a quarterback for Jefferson to get him close to Chase, Neighbors, Hooker. But yeah, I think for McCarthy, it's a plus having those three big weapons in the offense.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's basically his rookie year, so even TJ, I think he's in for a big one.
Yeah, so just to confirm, what is it? Quarterback 19. Okay, yeah, so got him quite ahead of consensus.
Yeah,
but to me, they're all in a similar range after you get past even quarterback 6, 7.
Yeah. All right. Well, who do you have at your 11?
11. Okay, so similar to where he finished last year. Actually, it's Patty Mahomes. I have at 11. I think it's going to be much of the same. I think they will pass a bit more, but I have some rushing quarterbacks above him, or some quarterbacks I see passing a lot more. So I think he's definitely the best quarterback in the league. But to win games, they don't need him to be the superstar that he is. He just needs to plod along and do his thing. And yeah, quarterback 11 for me. So I'm not drafting him. I think he's rated number 6 or 7 ADP wise at the moment. Not drafting him, but yeah, he's a safe pick. But yeah, I wouldn't go near him because they don't need him to be that superstar to win games. That's the main reason.
All right, fair enough. I've got him a little bit higher, but my number 11, I've got Caleb Williams. I'm very, very excited to see how he goes with the new Ben Johnson offense. Yeah. We've seen how well he can do with Jared Goff and all of the weapons in Detroit. So I think, Caleb Williams is I think he'll have a similar season to Jared Goff last season, a good season. I think he's got plenty of weapons. I think that this offense is everyone's going to eat. Everyone's going to do well. I'm very comfortable putting him inside the top 10. Top 12. And he could potentially go top 10, which wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, agree. I like him. His ADP there is quarterback 14. I'm surprised by that. On Sleeper, I think it's a bit higher. It's closer to the 9 or 10 mark. So I think we're looking at Fantasy Pros here. That's probably why I'm not too high on him. He's probably my 13, 14. Not for me. So number 10 for you.
Number 10. Number 10. I have Jared Goff. Someone who was just talking about.
Yep.
Again, I think like Ben Johnson. I think they won't do as well, but I think the Detroit Lions are still going to do very, very well. What do you got? Last year he's finished as a QB6. I think again he's going to have a slight dip, but I think he's still going to stay inside that top 10 range. From 10 through to 6, there's not going to be a whole lot of difference, so you can sort of pick and choose who you want where. But I think Jared Goff in the top 10, I think, is a pretty easy answer for that one.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I have him not in my top 12. I hear they're going to lean on the running game a bit more, particularly Gibbs over Monty as well. That's the main reason. And yeah, losing Ben Johnson, yeah, obviously it knocked down both Gibbs and St. Brown for me. But and I see the same for him, but yeah, not too dissimilar. So yeah, actually, my number 10 is Prescott, your man from the Cowboys. I think he can have a bit of a bounce back year this year. So I can actually, as you said yourself, I can see this is probably the minimum for him. Quarterback 10 for me. I can see him definitely being higher with Lamb now Pickens, and they don't have the run game. Parsons, does he leave? Does he stay? He wants to leave. If he leaves, that defense is bordering on Bengals territory. So and without the running game, yeah, he's just going to have to pass so much. So I can see him have a really good year. I think he's got a safe floor. His ADP is, I'm not sure, maybe around quarterback 12-ish. Yeah, I like picking up in drafts in the 9th, 10th, 11th round. He's a good value for me.
Yeah, fair enough. I've got him a little bit higher.
There you go.
But yeah, putting him in the top 10, I'm happy with that. Who do you have at 9? Actually, I think we've both got the same person at 9.
Oh, we do. Ingredients. Okay. Drake May. Yeah. So for me, I'll go on him first. Obviously from New England, I think he's after his rookie season where he took over the job from week 6 or 7 onwards, he just looked like he got better and better. Now he's got Diggs coming in as a good target. I love Henderson in the backfield to be a pass catcher and also be that 3-down workhorse running back. They Will Campbell, I believe, in the draft to pick 3 or 4, whatever it was. I think, yeah, they're building around him, that offense around him. And this year I can see him really shooting up boards. He's got a bit of rushing to him. He had, I think, over 400 yards last year, starting 3/4 of the year. I think he can definitely build on that number and get closer to the 600 yards this year mark. Plus, yeah, I think it's just going to be a better offense this year. So I can see him really benefiting from that.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything.
ADP 18.
18.
That's a bit of a shock.
Yeah, he's another one where you can sort of take just as a dart throw at the end of your leagues if you just want to have him as your backup quarterback. I do like his upside. You could see even towards the end of last season how much he was sort of clicking with that offense, and I think it's only going to get better now that they've added Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not much more I can really say. He's rushing upside. Him as a quarterback, just in general, he's good.
I love leaving my mock drafts with him. Probably around the round 10, 11 mark. Him and another steady quarterback, like you said, Goff, or you got a few others down there, like even a Tua, I don't mind, or a Lawrence. Getting someone with a safe floor and someone like a May or a McCarthy with a high ceiling, that's a good combo I like looking at.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a good time to be taking in a late quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. So number 8.
Number 8.
Who have you got?
I have man you were just talking about, Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
I've got him a little bit higher. I think at the end of the day, he's Patrick Mahomes. He has all the upside in the world. He's the best quarterback in the league by a mile. I think
just on that one for a minute. By a mile, you think?
Oh yeah,
I think
outside of fantasy production, he is well and truly.
I agree. I think he's the best, but I wouldn't. But by a mile is a bit of a big call.
I think the only one that can sort of come close to him is Josh Allen, and he's beaten him every time he's played.
True, he does beat him, but you'd probably say that there might be more of a coaching battle, even more than the quarterback.
Yeah, I guess an argument could be made, but I think every day of the week I'm saying Patrick Mahomes is better.
I agree on that, but yeah.
I think he's got a lot more weapons than he has had for a long time now.
True.
I think he's just they're just going to be scoring touchdowns non-stop. I think the majority of them will be passing touchdowns. And then he also has the rushing upside that a lot of people tend to forget. He can still run the ball.
Definitely.
So I think he's definitely a top 10 sort of quarterback. He is going a little bit higher than I'd probably take him. I think he's going in maybe the 4th round. Which the players around him, I'm not taking him in the 4th. But if he falls to the 5th or especially the 6th, then I'm looking to draft him.
Yeah, When we got QB6 there. So yeah, you're a little bit behind that, similar to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so my number 8, my man, Kyler Murray. Yeah, I think he can return to form this year. Obviously, I had up in our tight end rankings, I've got McBride at number 2, but Harrison I've got in the top 12. I think he bounces back, not bounces back, bounces for the first time. Harrison, I think he has a good year, and I think it's because Kyler throws a bit more, and I think 2 years off the ACL now, I think he won't. I don't think he'll ever get back to his rushing ceiling that he showed in his early years. But I think he can definitely get above the number I said for May. I think he can get 600-700 yards, if not a bit more. And yeah, I just expect the offense to be a lot better this year. And they do say the defense is going to be better for Cardinals this year. So maybe that's a hindrance that he doesn't need to throw a bit more, and he has to rely on Connor and Benson in the backfield to just see out games. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good option this year. I do like drafting him at his position, but normally, I am targeting the quarterbacks a bit later. So I still don't get him that much, but QB9, and I've got him at QB9, or QB8. So yeah, basically in the greens with ADP.
This is one I think we're going to come back to and revisit later on in the season. It's going to be a horrible take. I think he is good. There is rushing upside. He's got he's got decent weapons, but he plays for the Cardinals. I think that's his biggest problem. There's just not going to be enough touchdowns there, I don't think.
Well, if you look, last year he was QB11 and he's going as QB9 now. If I think Harrison takes a step forward, if McBride does what he did last year and he rushes a bit more, I think moving 2 spots up is very much in the range of outcomes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you got a tough schedule. I think you're going to lose a lot more games than you'll win. I think you still miss out on playoffs. I think it'll be close again, but I think you still miss out. Just with the hard run you've got, the Cardinals. So yeah, that's where I'm sort of out on Kyler Murray. If they start winning games, the offense starts to click, then I might sort of change that opinion. But yeah, I think while they sort of don't look like they're going to win many games, there's not many touchdowns going to be there. They're going to be pretty sparse. So I think he's going to lose out on that fantasy-wise.
So he's on your top 12. Where would you have him? Is he far outside the top 12?
Nah, he's definitely a fringe top 12 sort of guy. It was hard between him and Fields, really. I think they're both sort of in similar positions where there's not going to be a whole lot of touchdowns. I just like the Jets schedule a little bit more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'd be happy changing them.
I think that's a good segue because I actually have at number 7 is Justin Fields.
Oh.
So I've got him quite high up. I just the contract I got him on. Tyrod Taylor is the backup. Fields is just going to start all year, and if he starts all year, he's the top 10, borderline top 5 fantasy option at the quarterback position. Yes, he's not a great thrower of the ball, but his rushing is. If he could get close to 1,000 yards this year, and if he does that, he's going to be a top 5 quarterback for me. He will finish that, but I've got him at 7 because I think the top 6 separate themselves at the moment. So I've got him at 7, so a bit higher than you. ADP is QB 10. Yeah, so I like taking him at his spot. Definitely, I think he can have a really good year.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I can't really disagree with it too much. Yeah, I've got him at 12, but if they really start to click, I could see him going a lot higher.
Yeah, for me, it's either he finishes at borderline top 5, or he's just terrible and he finishes like 20th.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. My number 6. I mean, you were talking about it earlier. Dak Prescott.
Number 7, is it?
Number 7, sorry.
Yeah.
Number 7. Oopsie. Baker Mayfield.
Baker, yep.
I think, again, he's another guy that's super, super underrated. He's doing well every year, and then for some reason he's still just falling in drafts. I think this season people are starting to draft him a little bit earlier, but last season he was going undrafted. This season I think he's falling to about the 8th, 9th round. So if you can pick him up there, grab him. I think he's one of the few quarterbacks who have he's kept all of his offensive weapons. They're just building more rapport. They've added a Mika. So he's in a perfect scenario. I think the Buccaneers are always going to win that division. I think he is. I think he's primed and ready. I think where he is getting drafted, he's an awesome value, and I think he's going to do really, really well. I think he's going to smash that value.
I like the pick. I've still got Baker to come in my rankings, so I'm even higher. So, but before we get into that, it's time for the beer review.
The lovely beer review.
Yeah. So today we've got the Mountain Goat Tasty Pale Ale. We've got the Australian colours there actually, so that's a nice feature.
Oh, lovely. We've got 4.4%, 1.3.
So have a sip.
I'm not usually a big fan of pale ales.
That is actually really nice. I'm a big fan of pale ales. I spent some time in the Brunswick area. Those Australians, they know a bit of a interesting place to live. I like the fruity texture to it.
Look,
I think that's really solid for the beer out of a can.
It is, yeah. I'm not a massive fan of pale ales, but this is actually half decent. I could actually have a few of these.
Yeah, I think this might be my highest rating. I'm going to give it a 5.5.
5.5.
Super Bowl rings out of 7.
I'm going to go 5. I thought it was going to be lower. I'm going to go 5.
Surprising for you. You're normally not a big fan of the beers I pick up.
No, this is actually not bad.
Good. So, if you'd also like your beer on the podcast, and we can do a review for your beer, you can have your beer here.
Right here. You can have your beer here.
Otherwise, let's
back into it.
Let's get back into it. So, I think I can continue on because
I already spilled the beans on my 6.
Okay, yeah. Let's go
so there's not much of a surprise here now. Dak Prescott. Apologies, I got too excited before. I'm very, very excited for this season, except for the Micah news. But we'll not talk about that. Dak Prescott. Very, very excited. I think the last time there was 2 alpha wide receivers. Dak Prescott finishes the QB2. Could be wrong there, but I know he finished in the top 5 for quarterbacks. The last time he had 2 alpha wide receivers, and he's got that again. George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb. I think we're going to be throwing the ball a lot.
Yep.
I think there's going to be plenty of touchdowns. I think I'm very biased.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the more I'm saying this, I'm pretty sure I'm very biased. But no, I'm very, very excited to see Dak in play. I think Pickens is going to do really well. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to do really well. I think he's going to have, I touched on it earlier in one of the previous episodes, I think he's going to have less targets, but the quality of targets are going to go up with the fewer defenders having to guard him. I think Jake Ferguson's still going to do well. Similar to what I was saying before, he's another quarterback where he's got all of his offensive weapons. Struggle to get that one out. But he's also just added more. So
the Pickens is a good pickup.
Yeah, Pickens is awesome. So that's why I'm very high on Dak. He's done it before. I think he's going to do it again.
It wouldn't surprise me at all having him there. He's a player I like to leave drafts with. So if he does get to that QB6 and he's just outside the top 5, that's an outstanding result for where he's going currently.
Yeah. All right. So, your number 6.
My number 6. So it was your number 7. Is Baker as well. Yeah, I think he's a player. If I do take a quarterback earlier than the double digits rounds, I do love taking Baker. I don't think he does what he did last year because that was unreal with Liam Cohen, and obviously he's moved on to Jacksonville now. But I think the addition of Ibuka. Hopefully Godwin comes back. Maybe he's not healthy to start the year, but at least by maybe week 4, he's healthy and playing. Mike Evans as well. The backfield's got Bucky, got Wyatt, got even Tucker that can get in there. He's just got weapons all around him. He's going to have a good year. I don't see him doing the QB 3 or 4 points per game that he did last year, but definitely QB 6. I think he's pretty safe to be around that mark. Yeah,
that's good. You did mention on Liam Cohen. You got to remember. People were saying when Canales left for Carolina, people thought he was going to have a dip in quality and finished production, and he didn't.
The guy that's replaced Cohen is from within that coaching team. I think it was the passing coordinator last year. So, if the system doesn't change much, well, I've still got him at QB6, so I think he's still going to have a really good year.
Yeah, me too. We agree on that one. All right, number 5. I'll let you take that one away. I think our top 5 is basically the same.
I think the top 5 there is a bit of a gap after that. So My number 5 is Daniels, the rookie from last year. Some people have him as high as number 1. I just think, based on what CJ Stroud did in his second year, and a few other quarterbacks past gone by, the league probably worked him out a little bit more. So I don't see him hitting the heights that he did last year, but I still think he's going to, with the rushing upside he has, he's still going to have a very, very safe floor. But yeah, I've got him at the bottom of the top 5 QBs. But yeah, so I think he goes in the 3rd round, QB 3 ADP. Yeah, I think it's really hard for me to take a QB in that range when you've got still wide receiver 1s and 2 running back 1s on the board.
Yeah, he's not far off the bottom.
Yeah, so I've got him at number 5 for Daniels. Who's your 5?
My number 5, I've got Joe Burrow. So I've got, again, we're going to keep saying this, but the top 5, you can pick and choose.
Correct, yeah.
There's not going to be a whole lot of difference. But I think the reason I've got him at 5 is the 4 quarterbacks I've got above him all have rushing upside. That is the big thing there. I think he's still going to do really well. I think he's going to have to throw the ball a lot. I think they're going to be chasing a lot of the time, just with how lackluster that defense is, especially if it doesn't sort of change anything. So yeah, I think Joe Burrow at 5. That's where I've got him.
Yep. I don't mind it. I've got him a bit higher, and we'll get into that. So my number 4 is, I think it was the number 2 last year. I've got Josh Allen. So I believe, he's obviously coming up for you. I just think, he's been in the top 2 or 3 the 5 or 6 years now. I think there's maybe just going to be a little bit of a dip. Maybe they rely on the run game a bit more this year because, as you said, I think they're the only team predicted to win each one of their games. So for me, that just means they're going to be running the ball a lot more. And Allen is a very crash and bash player. Maybe they look to protect him a bit more. I mean, he's very durable. I don't think he's missed many games in his career. But as someone that, does put his body on the line for the team, I think they'll maybe look to not put him in situations like that because, if Mahomes isn't the best quarterback in the league, I think it's Allen. Yeah. So he's a clear number 2 for me. So in terms of real life play, but in fantasy, I've got him at 4 this year. I've just got a few players higher.
Fair enough. My number 4, Jalen Hurts. I think as a passer, I think Joe Burrow is a lot better. A lot better.
Yeah.
But again, he's got the rushing upside. They've got the tush push. I think that's why I've got him at 4. And the Eagles, they're just going to. It's a team that they're going to score touchdowns. They're going to keep scoring, and if they're scoring touchdowns, there's a very, very good chance that he's the one scoring those touchdowns.
Yeah.
So that is why I've got him at 4.
I think just on that with the tush push touchdowns, I think it's a bit of a crazy stat, but I think Barkley, he got stopped at the 1 yard line 10 times last year before getting a touchdown, and I think almost all of them, maybe 8, went to Hurts as a tush push touchdown.
Oh wow!
So if that flips, obviously Hurts are going to drop down a bit, and Barkley could go up even more. But he's such a safe floor, Hurts. Before we get into the top 3, we'll quickly hear from our sponsors.
Yes.
Back after this short break, and I think we're back.
Yeah, thank you again to our sponsors.
Big thank you. Yeah. So as you were just saying, yes, Hurts is my number 3. I think it's just for that safe floor. I've got AJ Brown as a top 6 wide receiver coming into the year. I've got Barkley as a number 2 running back. The offense is just going to pick up from where it left off last year. I think they're just going to be the same again. The tush push touchdowns, the rushing touchdowns in general. He's just got Goddard, he's got Brown, he's got Smith. There's targets he can throw to for touchdowns. Yeah, it's just going to be a very good offense, and I like picking the quarterbacks on the really good offenses. Yeah. He's I think he goes quarterback 4. I think it's around the fourth round. Not a bad pick there. Not much else to say on that.
Fair enough. Well, you did sort of briefly just touch on something. Picking a good quarterback on a good offense, I think that is vital. Because at the end of the day, you are trying to make a championship, and you need a quarterback that's going to be on a team that has a potential to make playoffs, really. Because if you say have a Kyler Murray, and they aren't making if they aren't making playoffs, there's a good to fair chance the Cardinals aren't going to play him in those last few games. Because if there is no chance of them making playoffs, why risk injury?
It's not a bad
Apologies
point.
for using Murray as an example,
Yeah.
but it was similar to last year. There's no point running him out there if he's going to potentially get injured, and you don't want to end up in a scenario week 17 and your starting quarterbacks getting.
Well, I think both. I think Dak, they could have rushed him back last year, but
Yeah.
they weren't making it, so they didn't. I think Lawrence
Exactly.
and Jacksonville the same.
Yeah, so it is something to consider.
Point,
yeah. Look at a quarterback on a team that you think will make playoffs, or just keep it in mind during the season and try and trade up while you can. If you've got a quarterback that's doing really well, like a Justin Fields, try and trade him. If you can, if it's not looking like they're just going to make playoffs, just keep that in mind that they might end up getting rested when it comes time for your fantasy championship, which does happen a fair bit.
Which actually, that's one I tried really hard in our main redraft league to get Hurts last year. Someone else ended up getting him, but I think the week after he got him, he got injured, got banged up, and missed a few games. So
got lucky.
Yeah,
lucky but unlucky.
So I believe it's your number 3 now.
My number 3, yes, Jaden Daniels. I've got him as consensus QB3 as well, but I think he underperformed last year. I think he is due to get a lot more sort of rushing touchdowns this year. I think he's not going to have that sophomore slump. I think he's going to continue to just excel. Similar again, I'm loving these quarterbacks where they haven't lost any offensive weapons. I don't think Terry McLaurin leaves. This could be a bad take by the time this comes out.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. I think his trade request is just a sort of tactic just to get the deal done. Yeah. I think he's going to do really well. The schedule is a bit harder, but I think he has the talent to sort of just overcome that. And I think he'll be the quarterback 3 with that rushing upside and the arm he's got.
Is he in line with ADP?
Yep. All right.
So your quarterback 2, who you got?
My quarterback 2, I've got Lamar.
Yeah.
I've had him in my main leagues the last 2 seasons. He's probably one of my favourite players, but I think he won't repeat as the QB1. Look, he could. It wouldn't surprise me if he does, but I think number 2, I'm happy with him there. I think, again, he's one of the best quarterbacks. His rushing upside is unbelievable. He's another quarterback who hasn't lost any offensive weapons. He's added D-Hop. I think that's only going to help. I can't really say much more on that. Lamar is awesome.
Yeah, he's led you to 2 Super Bowl appearances in our main league. So
yes,
very super safe floor.
He has saved the day a few times.
Yeah, so not yet for me. I've got at number 2. I've got Joe Burrow. So as I've said earlier, even though I'm a Cardinals man, I'm the resident Bengals supporter as well, I guess. I just think, again, with how he finished the second half of last year, it was just unbelievable as they made that push to make playoffs. If he's got a healthy Higgins, obviously Chase. I think sounds like they're signing Noah Fant as well at the tight end. They got Gesicki as well. Chase Brown in the backfield. Yeah, obviously Fant's not an amazing player, but
no, he's solid.
Yeah, I think he's just another solid pass catcher that they can maybe spread it around a little bit more, which worries me for Higgins a little bit, but not much. Yeah, I think but it all helps Burrow. I think they're going to need to pass a lot. At this stage, Shamar Stewart has signed, but Hendrickson, I think he's reporting to camp now after holding out a little bit.
He's a hold in.
But there's still no contract, so feel sorry for the man. But in terms of Bengals offense, it's only going to mean up and up and up for them. So Burrow at 2, and I think it could be one of the better passing years in history that we've seen, because could be a really, really good year for Burrow. And you've said before you don't think they make playoffs. I do think they make playoffs, and I think it's purely going to be on the back of him.
Okay. All right. I don't hate it. Again, the top 5.
We've got the same top 5.
There is a clear top 5.
Yeah, most people out there got
very,
the same.
very clear top 5. But my number 1.
Yep.
I've got Josh Allen.
Yep.
The one and only. I think, again, like you touched on, the Bills are the only team projected to win every single one of their games. I think they will win the majority of their games. I think it wouldn't surprise me if they win, all of them.
If they're so far clear at the top of their division and guaranteed that week off, first week of the playoffs, do they rest him for week 17 and 18?
Potentially,
which could be crazy for the fantasy community.
Again, if they, it'll almost help if they lose a couple games.
Yeah.
Fantasy wise, if you're a Bill supporter, definitely not. But fantasy wise, it could almost help if they lose a couple, which I don't think they will. I think he's very, very good. I think outside of last year, I'm just having a look now. The last time he finished outside the top two was 2019, and he finished as the quarterback 6. So that sort of just speaks to how good he is.
He's unreal.
Yeah, that's why I've got him at number 1. Again, he's got the rushing upside. He's got the passing upside. He's awesome. I can't really say much else.
I got a quick trivia for you. There were 2 quarterbacks that caught passing touchdowns last year. Off the top of my head, maybe there was another one, but
yep, I know one of them.
You've got Allen was one of them. Who was the other one?
Lamar.
Did he catch one?
He caught one.
Oh.
He threw one to himself. Oh no, it wasn't a touchdown. He did.
Yeah, I do remember that one. Yeah,
no, he didn't. It wasn't a touchdown, but he threw the ball to himself.
Yeah, well, the other one was Jared Goff. And they actually showed it in the quarterback series. Yeah.
Oh, was that where he passed back and then someone?
Yeah, St. Brown threw it to him.
Yeah,
it was just wide open. Yeah,
I forgot about that one.
But yeah, that play in the snow with where he threw it to Cooper and he shuttled it back to him.
Yeah, that was awesome.
An unreal play.
That was basically the only thing Amari Cooper did that.
Yeah, that whole year.
Yeah, the whole year.
Yeah. Okay, so to finish it off, my number 1.
Your number 1.
Your man. So it is Lamar, as we said in the first episode, I believe it was. Everything you said. I think he's just going to pass a bit more. They've got they've added D-Hop. They've got Andrews. Likely, they're all deep red zone threats. Obviously, got Flowers. Bateman looked better last year, and they've signed him to a contract. He's got a lot of weapons, and as I also said in our running back episode, I see Henry not getting quite as much workload as he did the year before. I think he was still under 50% snap share. I can see that being a little bit lower as they look to get him through to the end of the year, because he did drop off towards the end of last season. And with that, I think Lamar runs a little bit more, he throws a bit more. And I think he's a very safe, if not quarterback 1, if he's fit all year, he'll be a top 3 easy.
Yeah, I can't hate it. I love it.
Very safe pick. But if you have to take him early round 3, it's a big, big price to pay because of the wide receivers and running backs in that range. So
he's worth it.
Yeah,
he's worth it.
He's been worth a few the last few years. So
all right.
But that's
so top 12 quarterbacks.
That's top 12 quarterbacks. Maybe just to finish off, what are your what's your strategy with quarterback drafting? What's the range you're looking to draft in?
I think if any of those top sort of 5 guys fall to me in the 3rd or the 4th, I'll probably take them, just depending on who's there.
Yep.
And if I can't get any of them at not even a good value, but just decent, or just even a little bit undervalued, I'll just wait until the 9th plus. And then I'll look to probably grab like a Dak Prescott, a Baker Mayfield if he's still there. And then just as a sort of an insurance, just a Drake May and a JJ McCarthy right at the end.
Yeah. No, I'm quite similar. Probably, I'm not. Yeah, I don't see myself taking quarterback inside the first 5 rounds. If someone's a screaming value after that, then I'll take them. But otherwise, I'm looking nearly double-digit rounds for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And I like, by then I should have a good, solid wide receivers and running backs and good players on the bench. So I'm happy to double dip at the quarterback and take 2 blokes with upside, or even 1 guy that's just got a safe floor.
Yeah. All right.
So that's our quarterback episode. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for the next episode.
Yeah. All right. See you next time.
See ya.